Alrighty, guys. So today is June 11th, 2024, and we currently have two areas of interest that we are currently watching for potential tropical development. We have one over here, which I just circled, in the Atlantic, and then we have another one over here just to the west of Guatemala. So we have two areas of interest that we're watching. We'll start out with the Atlantic system first, then we'll move over to our Pacific system. So this has an overall low chance of developing. Next 2 days it has a 10% chance, and in the next 7 days it has a 20% chance. Let's read the discussion here. Eastern Gulf of Mexico and offshore southeast coast. This is our Invest 90L. A broad area of low pressure over the eastern Gulf of Mexico is producing a large area of disorganized showers and thunderstorms. The system is expected to move northeastward across Florida during the next day or so and move offshore of the U.S. southeast coast later this week. Environmental conditions are expected to be generally unfavorable, although some slow development is possible when the system is offshore the U.S. southeast coast. Regardless of development, heavy rainfall is already occurring and is expected to continue over portions of Florida during the next few days. For more information, see products issued by the Weather Prediction Center and local National Weather Service forecast offices. And then formation chance through 48 hours is low, 10%. And the formation chance through 7 days is also low, 20%. Down there we can see all these Weather Prediction Center discussions about all the flooding that's happening. Now, let's move on to our system in the Eastern Pacific. This has a 0% chance to form over next 2 days and a 7%, and a 20% chance of forming over the next 7 days. Overall, just like Invest 90L, this has a low chance of forming. Let's go in and read the discussion here on this one. So this is offshore of southern Mexico and Central America. A broad area of low pressure could form in a few days, a couple of 100 miles off the coast of southern Mexico. Some slow development is possible this weekend and early next week while the system meanders near the coast of southern Mexico and Guatemala. Then, as I said, formation chance through 48 hours is low, near 0%. The formation chance through 7 days is low, 20%. So what we will do now is jump over to Tropical Tidbits and take a look at the forecast models. And actually, we have 90L here. So since we have 90L, we might as well take a look at the intensity guidance. And of course, the SHIP and the D-SHIP models have it becoming a high-end tropical storm. Oh, that's great. D-SHIP never change. Oh, that's awesome. So this is our current radar view of the Invest. If we switch to the high res, you can see in the middle of your screen there that there is a little spin trying to develop, but overall it isn't much of anything at this point. However, if it sits over the Gulf for long enough, even though the shear isn't great, this could acquire some subtropical characteristics. Take a look at the hurricane models. And I guess we can't. Okay. No, go away. So let's take a look at the North Atlantic. We have our system roughly about there in the middle of your screen. We go forward in time, it does something probably a brief tropical depression or subtropical depression there, but overall, not much. However, if we continue in time, about 210 hours out, this would be on Thursday, June 20th. Now, I'm not saying this will happen. Take this with a grain of salt here. But about June 20th, a low develops just to the east of Central America. I believe that is the Yucatan. But we have a low that develops here east of the Yucatan Peninsula that goes into the Gulf of Mexico and rapidly intensifies and makes landfall as a strong hurricane in the New Orleans, Mobile, Alabama area. So that's something we need to watch here very carefully. Now, this will probably be gone in the next model run, which I believe is the 6Z model run. So this could change, and it's probably going to change. But if you're in the New Orleans, Mobile, Alabama area, going back over to our radar here, if you're in New Orleans, Baton Rouge, Gulfport, Mobile, or Pensacola, I'd keep a lookout on the models here to see what this thing does. Because GFS does hint that this is going to be a system that we need to watch. Other than that, though, there's not really much that forms here in the Atlantic, aside from that one thing. Now, if we jump over to the Eastern Pacific to see what happens over there with our other system, nothing much really forms. We have looks like a wave or something that comes off of Central America. There's our rogue hurricane. But other than that, not much really happens in the Eastern Pacific. However, with that being said, I'm going to end the video there. Thank you all so much for watching. And if you like the content and you like what I do here, please be sure to subscribe to the channel. It's free and it'll help me out a ton with getting this information out. Also, when a hurricane is about to make landfall, if possible, I will be going live for that event. Whenever a hurricane gets close to the United States or is expected to make landfall, we will do a live stream covering the landfall of the system. So, until then, guys, until the next one, our next video will probably be tomorrow morning around, I'd say, 10 to 11 a.m. Eastern. That's roughly about when the next video I'll release is. But until then, guys, peace out.